What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with the NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Monday, January 23rd. And be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. That is the place that I want you to let me know who are your favorite plays for my contenders, your least favorite plays. If you have questions about the slate, look for the thread for this video. Hit me up with some questions if you have them. And then sign up at BetMGM. This deal is going away. 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum, along with up to $1,000 in first bet insurance. You got to be new to BetMGM, but please, guys, take advantage. Link is in the description. Now, we round out the bottom of my top 10 with Peyton Pritchard, Jeremy Grant, Anthony Edwards, Lauri Markkanen, and DeMar DeRozan on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It is time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm going to John Collins. He is power forward center eligible, 6K, projected for 31. The goal is 37. He's in the optimal lineup 24% of the time. He plays about 32 minutes a game. He's a .95 fantasy point per minute guy now. He's a different player than he used to be. The shooting just doesn't appear to be there, but he still looks like a decent play against Chicago. It's pace neutral. This should be ultra competitive. It's a 1-point line. 17% usage for John Collins, 14 real points. There's a time in our lives where that would not have looked correct. 9 boards, an assist and a half, almost 2 stocks. I like the value. I like the flexibility of power forward center. It's a 7-game slate, and a matchup against the Bulls is never that difficult. At number 4, I'm paying up for Alperen Sengun. He's center only, 8,400, projected for 48.5. I got the goal at 49. He's in the optimal lineup 25% of the time. He's playing massive minutes right now. I got him in for 34. I also have him in for 1.4 fantasy points per minute. Now we have no Kevin Porter Jr., and they've been running the offense through Sengun, and that is what we're looking for here. They're taking on a Minnesota team that's a little banged up. We don't know the status of Rudy Gobert just yet. It is a pace-up matchup. The Raptors. The Rockets, very different teams. The Rockets are 6.5-point dogs at home. So at least it's at home and it has a chance to be competitive. 22% usage for Sengun in these games without KPJ. 20 points and 13 rebounds. This dude is going to be quite active on the glass. 6 assists and 2 stocks. I know the price tag is pretty big for Sengun at this point, but offensively, this man is ultra talented. And I think it's just sort of still easy to get to an $8,400 Sengun. In at number 3, we've got Derek White, point guard, shooting guard eligible, 5,500, projected for 29. The goal's 34. He's in the optimal lineup 25% of the time. No Marcus Smart, no Malcolm Brogdon, and in my expectation, no Robert Williams in this one. But even still, 2 guards not there for the Celtics today, which means Derek White is probably going to play a pretty solid chunk of time. I gave him 32 minutes. He's around a 0.9 fantasy point per minute guy, and he does a little bit of everything. 17% usage, 12 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, a steal, and a block. Pace neutral against Orlando, but obviously a pretty good matchup against the Magic. The Celtics are 7.5-point favorites in Orlando in this one, even missing all of those guys. To me, it's pretty easy. He's just stepping into a role that doesn't have a lot of competition. I think he's just going to be out there playing starter minutes, and it doesn't have the downside that you normally see if something's going well for Smart and Brogdon. In at number 2, I'm going back to Anthony Simons, just like yesterday. Point guard, shooting guard eligible, 6,100, projected for 32. The goal is 37. He's in the optimal lineup 28% of the time. You got 30-plus real points from Simons yesterday, the same way that I talked about, and I see no reason that can't happen again here. 35 minutes, 0.9 fantasy points per minute, 24% usage, very little else other than scoring, 22 real points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and a stock. It's a pace-up spot here. They gained 2 possessions over their average, taking on San Antonio, and they're obviously pretty sizable favorites because the San Antonio Spurs are really, really bad right now, and will be for the rest of the year. So I liked it yesterday. No reason to change it up today. On the back-to-back, doesn't matter. Anthony Simons looks great at 6,100. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder, like, subscribe, notification bell so you know when everything goes live. You got to follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. That way you can hit me up with the questions that you have for this video, my top 10 plays, what you want to do on this slate, whatever you want to know. That thread is where you want to be following me. And then finally, BetMGM, 2 months of free Stokastic Plus Platinum and up to $1,000 in first bet insurance. In at number 1, I'm looking at Jaylen Brown. Shooting guard, small forward eligibility. Love the flexibility. It's been hard to fill out small forward as of late. 8,400, projected for 46. The goal is 49. He's in the optimal lineup 29% of the time. As I mentioned, no Marcus Smart, no Malcolm Brogdon, probably no Robert Williams. I think we get big minutes out of Jaylen Brown. We get 30% usage out of Jaylen Brown. We get assist rate bumps from Jaylen Brown. I got him at 1.25-ish fantasy points per minute in 37 minutes, 31% usage, 28 real points, 8 boards, 4 assists, and a stock and a half. Same matchup that we mentioned for Derek White against Orlando. The positional flexibility and the price tag are the key pieces here for Brown. The fact that they're missing a couple guys, they only have 10 active bodies today no matter what. So to me, it's pretty easy. Jaylen Brown is my number 1 contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Monday, January 23rd. DraftKings version's around here somewhere. Check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We are back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.